G'day champions, hope you're all well. In this video, we're going to be looking at stress cracks or crow's feet in gel coat. I'll just show you what we're dealing with this boat here, which is, see these stress cracks along here in the gel coat, pretty long. There is a bit of an impact there as well. This may have been caused on this boat because they had a electric motor mounted here and the forward deck on this was quite thin. So there would have been a little bit of movement on that surface there. There are some little ones on this side as well, a bit hard to show in the pictures here. But anyway, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this gunnel off. I'm gonna be grinding back the gel coat off that area there. You cannot just cover that with a gel coat or a paint. Those cracks will definitely show through. So with this one, what I've done underneath, which, you know, probably doesn't need to be done, but I have actually glassed extra glass under the whole front. And right here, this part here, I've actually put a piece of thermalite, which is a composite board, and strengthened up that deck here so that now it's not going to move. So what we'll do is we'll grind that off and I'll show you what we're going to do to fix that. So just before we crack into sanding this back, I'll just explain a little bit of the properties of gel coat and the fiberglass underneath. So gel coat in itself is quite brittle and offers literally no support. It's just for a finish and the color and to make everything pretty. So fiberglass, as you can see, I mean, that's a thin piece of fiberglass, which this top deck was pretty thin. So, I mean, that can actually bend and there's no damage done to that. Whereas, so gel coat, there's a little bit of a thin bit there. It's just very, very brittle. It offers no support. So if you have a thin piece of fiberglass and a thicker piece of gel coat on top of that, what's going to happen is that gel coat is going to bend with the base fiberglass and it's going to crack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand out the gel coat and I'm going to replace it with a chopped strand mat. And then if you were to gel coat over the top of that, blend it all in, it'd be perfect. I'm actually going to be spraying 2-pack on this boat, so even easier for me, but the process for fixing these stress cracks are the same. I'm going to be using vinyl ester resin. For repairs, I find that adheres much better to an existing boat. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and marked the area that I want to grind out. Bit hard to see that one, but yeah, mark out the areas you want to sand out, and we need to get that back to original fiberglass. Take all the gel coat off that area. Those areas are all sanded back now. So I can see that this glass here is quite thin because I can see the original flow coat on the inside of the boat through here. So I mean, it only looks like it's probably 3 millimeters thick here. So I've got this, like, I don't know, it must be 24 grit sandpaper. I like to give this a mega rough up before I glass onto it. Really just the key in the next layers that I'm putting on. You've got to make a mess before you fix it, just the way it is. Right, that looks good. As you can see, very scratched up, very ready for subsequent layers to go back on there and get them on, and we'll fair it back and get it all perfect again. So I've gone ahead and cut my chop strand mat layers that I need. So I've started with a smaller one, which is going to be more in the middle of that recess that we've made. And then we're going to start filling that up with chop strand mat by going bigger, and the final layer is pretty much the same size as what I've taken out. So I'll go and mix up some vinyl ester resin and we'll get that in. I have prepared the other side as well. So that's for that side there. So I'll go and mix up some resin and I'll show you what we're going to do to lay those layers in. All right, let's mix up some of this vinyl ester resin. With all my resins, I always put a date of purchase on the actual tub of resin because vinyl ester especially does go off pretty quickly. So I'm just going to mix up about, to start with, 150 milliliters of resin, and I'm going to do about 1.5% catalyst today. 150 milliliters, I'm going to have 2.25 milliliters of catalyst. I like these little pippets. The boat is actually already done. Unfortunately, I couldn't film it as there was some building works going on, but we'll just do the fiberglassing on that sample and then we'll jump back onto the boat for the rest. I have acetone down that surface. I'm just going to add some catalyzed resin straight to that point and then put my first layer. I like to go smaller than bigger. A lot of people go the other way, but I actually don't think it matters too much. So I'm going to get enough resin into this so that the white color disappears. So that's the first layer. Get the second layer on. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill the layer back up to match the existing gel coat surface level. That's probably enough. I'll just grab that consolidation roller, which is this guy. It's basically just a roller. It gets all the air bubbles out, and I reckon it presses the fibers down a little bit as well. So you can see this still does have a few white fibers in there. Ideally, we want to see those suck in resin. I find the consolidation roller really helps you get it all flat and the right level with the existing gel coat or flow coat levels. So that's pretty much now got chop strand mat all the way up to the level of the flow coat there. And what we'll do now is we'll let that set. So as you can see, I do have, if you look at the plane of that, we've got the chop strand mat back up to pretty much the level that we want. It's not poking out a whole heap past the original gel coat. We just want it the same level. And I'm going to go ahead and put some flow coat on that. A flow coat is a gel coat with a wax in it so that this sets completely, and then that will make it easy to sand. Okay, so that's probably been about 2 hours since I laid that. It has gelled, it's gone hard. I just mixed up a little bit of spare flow coat. So this is waxed gel coat, so this will definitely go hard. And I'm just putting this on because it will make it super easy to sand this whole surface. Whereas if I was just to sand the laminating resin, it's going to clog up my sandpaper very quickly. So that's about it, and I'll go and do the other side. So that's what it should look like once you've put your flow coat on. Looks like a bit of a mess, but it's not going to be an issue. Most of that will all get sanded off once we sand it back in to meet the level of the existing gel coat. Okay, so this is completely cured. It is the same afternoon as I did all this work. It's probably about 5 hours later. I'm going to go ahead and sand that with a block sander. It has about 60 grit paper on it. Just going to put a mask on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on that plane there next. So I'll try and work on each plane and then I'll round the corners after. You want to sand it until you start seeing the original gel coat level each end. You don't really want to take too much of that original gel coat off. I mean, you may take a little bit, but you don't really want to take too much of that off because you want to maintain the same level, the same plane that it was already. So what I might do is I might do some fast motion. You can watch me sand that in. Let's have a quick look at that. You can see this end needs to go down a little bit more because we've still got that little bit there. So I've still got a little bit to sand there, And you can see obviously that whole corner needs to be rounded back in. The top's pretty correct. I'll do the bottom and then we'll have a look with a bending straight edge so you can see how we've got the plane of it all pretty good. All right, that's all sanded in. As you can see, that flow coat that I've put on has filled some of the low spots. It's probably only 0.5 millimeter thick, which is totally fine. And we'll just have a look at how fair this is. So I've just got a long ruler here. Let's have a look whether we can see any light coming through. As you can see, it's dead perfect with the existing gel coat each side and has a nice arc to it. So that's awesome. Yeah, so that now for me is all I need to do. I need to go ahead and sand the whole boat in prep for 2-part base coat, high fill base coat, which I'll sand again, and then I'll spray this in 2-pack. But that there is now repaired. We won't get those cracks coming back through. This side's done as well. If you were re-gel coat this, the way I would tackle that is I'd probably just hand sand that down maybe 0.5 millimeter or something, and then I would spray gel coat onto that, color match it, which good luck trying to match that blue, but color match the color, spray it on, and then I would go ahead and very lightly sand that with a block, get it all flat, and then buff it back up. But 2-pack spraying is going to be much easier for me on this one. All right, I am going to cover this with some flow coat, just for those who do want to see that all finished up. I mean, if it's a small repair, you could actually use some flow coat. I haven't color matched this, it is just close. So I will cover this with flow coat and then sand it and buff it, just so you can see how easy the repairs really are. So I'll just get a nice coat of this on, and then I'll be able to just give that a light sand and a buff. Okay, so this is for you guys that wanted to see this with a little bit of flow coat on it, just so you can see the lines. You can see it is looking really good. Obviously not the right color gel coat, that's not bothering me as I'm going to spray it anyway. This is just so you guys can check out what that's like with a little bit of flow coat on there. And that was just one coat, so you can see I've obviously sanded through in some spots, but if I was actually going to spray gel coat on there, I would have put a few coats, and then you'd be able to sand that back in and get it absolutely spot on. Anyway, that is sorted. All of those cracks are sorted and they won't be coming back. They won't be showing through my paint, and if you were going to re-gel coat, they wouldn't show up. So thumbs up. Well, hopefully that's been helpful for you guys. I'm going to leave it there as I have heaps more work to do before I get anything pretty like paint on this boat. Anyway, all the best. See you in the next one, legends.